Hello everyone, welcome to This Week in Smackdown for Friday Night Smackdown, November 25th, 2011. And I'll just go in progression and how the show went. They started off the show with Mark Henry doing a promo about how he was injured. He was only going to be out for a short period of time, and that he was also going to fight through the injury and to maintain the World Heavyweight title. Eventually, it leads Big Show to coming out to the ring. Mark Henry starts trash talking Big Show. Big Show does his thing, knocks him out with a big knockout punch, and leaves. This brings out Daniel Bryan, who goes ahead and cashes in his Money in the Bank contract, and obviously gets the pin, and he wins the World Heavyweight title. But Teddy Long comes out and says since Mark Henry wasn't cleared, the match hadn't happened. So Mark Henry keeps his World Heavyweight title, Daniel Bryan keeps his Money in the Bank contract, but sets up a fatal four-way match at the end of the show, and the winner faces Mark Henry next week, and the winner of that goes on to face the Big Show. And honestly, I thought this whole segment was extremely well done for just the aspect of keeping the storyline going for Mark Henry and Big Show, and also giving a little tease and maybe testing out a possible reaction to Daniel Bryan potentially winning the World Heavyweight title. I think this was a good thing because it makes them show that maybe they can put the World Heavyweight title on Daniel Bryan. It got a huge pop when it happened, and all in all, maybe they won't have him lose when he cashes in Money in the Bank for real. And also, well, I'll go into later in the show because he's part of the Fatal 4-Way, and possibly put it on before he cashes it in. Maybe, who knows what's going to end up happening. It looks like they're pretty much priming Alicia Fox to feud with Beth Phoenix next. Well, not much to say here. Maybe let's just see if they're going to be wasting their time with this one, or they're going to actually have a decent feud with this. I'm not going to say too much because it's obviously just starting. It's nice, and it's pretty nice to see that they're putting Zack Ryder on both shows now. A lot of people really like Zack Ryder. I personally like his in-ring work, and he's got some good mic work in there. He deserves to have a nice push going that he's been getting recently. This week, his tag team partner is Sheamus, and he goes up against Dolph Ziggler and Jack Swagger. And it's your basic stuff. They're continuing to push Zack Ryder to potentially get a United States Championship shot and maybe even run. And I like that they've pushed this potential run back a few more months, because I think they're going to try to get as much popularity out of Zack Ryder as possible, because they're probably afraid that it's going to fall with a lot of other people who gain popularity. They gain popularity, they get a title run, and then the fans kind of stop caring. So WWE, it seems like they're going to be pushing this U.S. title run as far back as they possibly can to get as much out of it as possible. And I personally like it. I do like the longer feuds and the longer chases to titles. So it gives the U.S. title some relevancy. And whenever Dolph Ziggler does lose it, he'll probably be catapulted into the main event spot. And Zack Ryder will have his U.S. title run, and hopefully he'll continue to keep his popularity after that. And a smaller tidbit, the whole Ted DiBiase, Jinder Mahal thing, they're obviously going to go into an aspect of a feud. Right now, it's probably a lower card feud because Ted DiBiase's kind of gaining some steam, and Jinder Mahal's kind of been down in wherever land for quite a while now. Maybe this is their way of trying to pick up Jinder Mahal. Essentially, they're going to start a storyline where, you know, he's pretty much angry at Ted DiBiase for just throwing away his potential wealth. And of course you're going to have Ted DiBiase being the face, just trying to do things on his own versus having just his entire family's legacy do everything for him. So hopefully the storyline will be good. It's obviously going to be a lower card feud, but lower card feuds have actually been good in the past too. This brings to the Fatal 4-Way. You had Randy Orton, Cody Rhodes, Wade Barrett, and Daniel Bryan in a Fatal 4-Way. Winner next week gets the title shot at the live SmackDown for inside of a steel cage. So the match itself was extremely well done. You obviously had Cody Rhodes and Daniel Bryan. They did their thing, and of course you had the initial feud that was going in there with Cody Rhodes and Randy Orton, and also Wade Barrett and Randy Orton. Obviously, this might be this Fatal 4-Way, the way it ended and everything, might be a good way to get Cody Rhodes off of Randy Orton, and maybe he'll do something with Daniel Bryan here in the near future. Obviously, Cody Rhodes is going to be going up to the main event spot at some point himself, and they're working Wade Barrett in there by using Randy Orton. And like I said, the match itself was extremely well done. I like the way they ended it. I did like the way they ended it with their Wade Barrett and Randy Orton essentially eliminating themselves, and then, or actually Cody Rhodes eliminating Wade Barrett and Randy Orton, and he was going to go for Daniel Bryan, who reverses at the end and putting him in the LeBell Lock to get the tap out victory. Like I said, the in-ring action was extremely well done. I felt this was an extremely good Fatal 4-Way, and it looks like they could be building into the near future with a few storylines. Or they're continuing the way. I'm sorry, I'm botching up some of my stuff here. They're continuing this Randy Orton and Wade Barrett thing. Wade Barrett feud that will continue on, and they're obviously potentially starting a new one with Cody Rhodes and Daniel Bryan, which could lead to like an Intercontinental title versus Money in the Bank contract match. That would probably be extremely nice. They have stuff to work with there. So I would say all in all, the Friday Night SmackDown was pretty good. They're starting off a few new storylines. I'm not sure if I'm going to actually like them. At the moment, I would leave them in the bad category because there's not much to be said for them, and the people in them have not had really good stuff recently themselves. So in that case, I'm going to leave them on the bad side. And well, they've done good feuding with the other people, getting everybody set up with Zack Ryder and Daniel Bryan and everything. The only downside is that Sheamus is kind of left in limbo here. He's really got nobody to feud with. He teamed up with Zack Ryder, but he's not really feuding with Jack Swagger or anything outside of the small little thing they've done recently. And he's essentially left in limbo, and he's definitely one of their more popular guys right now. So hopefully they'll have something come up for him. Maybe he's the one who's going to go off against Cody Rhodes instead of Daniel Bryan, but I think it's going to be Daniel Bryan and Cody Rhodes. But all in all, decent show, pretty good show. In-ring action now granted, since it's an edited show, usually the in-ring action looks a little bit better, but obviously I think that when they tape it live, the in-ring action is probably about the same as what you get in the show itself when you see it. So good SmackDown this week. Hopefully they'll continue it here into the future. Obviously they're building stuff into the TLC pay-per-view. And thank you guys for watching.